Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with Raddy's Malahit DSP2. This is an ultra-wideband, multi-mode, software-defined receiver. Awesome. You can find this selling for right around $429 on iRaddy.com. Links down below if you have the extra dough. It's mighty worth it. In this video, I perform an evening medium wave band scan in the Chicagoland area. Our current time is 11:16 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're Chicago, like I said, Illinois, USA. And that's just add 5 hours for UTC. We're in the month of January, year 2025. So let's check out this radio. So we're going to do features, we'll do size comparison, and we'll start cruising the evening band. This thing does a ton of things. We're just going to gloss over a few. So let's check out features of this monster. Right away, it's cool. It's a compact, portable SDR radio. A lot of people have those little tiny dongles they can plug in their laptop and say, I'm an SDR freak, I'm ready to go. And you are, pretty much. But this is a little bit more portable than a laptop, a little bit more portable than a tablet. So yeah, I really dig it. It's solid aluminum, very cool. All self-contained, like I said, it has its own battery and everything, so it's ready to rock. Let's go to the left-hand side. We got a headphone jack. We have a USB-C for charging the battery and for accessing the firmware. 5-volt 1 amp input. Charge status indicator. It's red charging, green done. We have our standby power button. Pretty much click it once, turn it on, click it once, turn it off. Pretty much press and hold, turn it off. Here we have a master on and off, so when this one's off, this will not work. Cool. Going to the front, we have a 3.5-inch capacitive touch LCD, which looks really nice. Shows a lot of information, which I'll go over a little bit. We have two little speakers in the front here. They're probably about 1.5-inch jobbers. They're pretty small. I think they're like little oval speakers, and there's like this here and this here. Nice. You're not going to be able to see through there to see them, but I tried looking with a flashlight. And you can see the treatment all the way around. Really cool color. I like this. Going to the top of the radio, we have two antenna inputs, SMA females, and I have an adapter on here, a male to a BNC female, as you can see there. I do this because I have an ATS-20 I love, and I use all my antennas are set up for this type of setup, so I got to use the BNC. And here we have a high Z connection and then 50 ohm. Volume encoder and frequency encoder. I press down. Volume, when you press it down, it allows you access to squelch, attenuator, your filter. So yeah, you get quite a bit there, which is really nice. Things we use quite often, filter, attenuation, squelch. Frequency, pressing it down lets you adjust the steps for fine-tuning, like that. And of course, press and hold some of these and lock out the frequency, like this locks the frequency out when you press and hold. This one locks out the touch screen when you press and hold the volume down. Okay, yeah. And a little indicator which antenna you're using. Blue will be this side and green will be that side. Nice. Going to the back, it's got 6 screws you can undo. Pretty much just gets you access to the battery pack and to your encoders if you have to change something. But the battery pack is a LiPo pack, which I'm not a fan of. I wish this had 18650s in it, but it would make it rather thick if they did. So I guess that's why they had to go with a flat pack. You can replace it, but you have to try to source that pack. And hopefully you can find it if you need to replace yours. There's a frequency range, 10 kilohertz, all the way up to 2 gigahertz. Very awesome. Modulation type, we have AM, single sideband, dual sideband, CW, narrow FM, and wide FM. Then we have a LiPo pack, 5,000 milliamp hour. Nice. Okay, size comparison real quick here. I usually bring out the C-Crane radios, but for this video, I'm doing something different. We're going to bring in some fun little microcontrolled radios. Here's the ATS-20 Plus. These are very common. Common as dirt probably right now. $30 for this radio, and it tunes in single sideband. I love it. I use it all the time. For $30, thing's fantastic. It's got a 3-inch speaker on it. Yeah, I love it. But I am spoiled by the DSP2's adaptive noise reduction, which we might use tonight, depending. But there you go, 20 Plus. And then we have Raddy's actually selling this too, the ATS-200. Now, these radios aren't made by them. I just believe they're just carrying them. But they're giving a warranty with them, and of course, any kind of help you need, troubleshooting and customer support, which is good because if you bought this on AliExpress, you wouldn't have that. You buy it from Raddy, you do have that. So definitely worth doing that. And of course, this is the ATS-200, which is a single sideband radio as well. I've reviewed both of those radios. So a lot of fun. If you don't have those, of course, we have the deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves DSP2 radios from Raddy Malahit land. That's awesome. But there it is. Iron Man loves these fancy gadgets, man. Money's no object to him, man. All right, cool. So this video might run a little long. So yeah, I did a daytime one. This little thing is a dust magnet. Yeah, of course, with a large screen like that. So we're going to be using a Terk Advantage passive loop, hence the term Terk time. Yeah. So definitely a worthy investment, especially if you're using radios like I just showed you, those three, all these radios, you can use the Terk Advantage with them directly connected, which is what I'd recommend you do because it works really well for $49. Better than those little donuts. Now, I do have a few of those little rings you can buy, those donut rings. It says medium wave donut and short wave donut. And I might show them with this radio in the future. They're not great. A long wire is great for short wave. The passive loop over here is the best for medium wave on a budget. So, those little donut things, they're okay for portability sake. That's about it. But if you're at home sitting around with this radio, which most people are going to be probably, hooking up to this would be no big deal because this is tabletop and easy to turn around. I'm going to have it off camera here, but I'm going to show you how it hooks up. We have a cable, like I mentioned. ATS-20 uses it as well. We have a BNC male to a 3.5 millimeter mono female tip sleeve. So we're going to hook that up to the radio. Let me do this on camera here. It's pretty easy. These BNCs are really nice. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to hook this up to the loop. Now the loop's pretty nice because it is equipped with its own jack here. There you go, see? I'm using a simple TS patch cable, which is used in the Eurorack community. So music, audio, you can pick these up anywhere from 6 inches long to 6 feet long. So there you go, just patch that in there. And we're going to plug that into our radio. So let me just go ahead and route that over. We'll plug that in and then we'll get started. Rock on. It's that simple. We're ready to go. So yeah, it'll stay off camera. I got to point the edge of this loop towards the receiving antenna. Plus, I'm adjusting the tuning capacitor to match the frequency. And you actually see me doing that with the Fast Fourier transform, the frequency. Yeah, it's pretty awesome in the panorama. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Glows green. Look at a boot screen. There we are. Got some Russians who made it at the bottom there. All right, cool. So I'm going to zoom in for this. This is pretty neat. So let me de-dustify again because that's going to bug me. All right, cool. Zooming on down. You can see it has a clock on here, which is really nice. So we're at 11, what does that say? 11:24. It's, again, p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA. I want to make sure I mention that. But yeah, that is a clock. So if you're wondering, that's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to try to get a little closer. Just a wee bit closer because writing's rather small here. I'm trying to point out a few things and we'll get started. Okay, so you'll see some choices on top there. We'll go over them real quick. So we have squelch, we have a noise blanker, noise reduction, NR, AGC, M, that's a middle setting. You can actually adjust this, threshold and everything, which is nice. You can just turn it off, you can turn it on fast, middle, or what I call it, yeah, medium. I'd call it medium. They have a slow acting AGC and a long acting AGC as well. Over here we have a high Z, that's our left side there. Definitely high Z on passive loops and long wires and whip antennas. If you're using anything active, you're going to go 50 ohm and that won't be lit. Preamp, might use it on faint stations. That's nice, it has a low noise amplifier. AM modulation, attenuation at 5, so it's not set very high, so it's very low right now. Adjust that if you're using a very strong antenna. Increase that value to increase attenuation. Volume. Filter, there's 3 of them. There's narrow, wide, and normal. I'm going to keep it on narrow tonight unless I have to go to normal. I think narrow is going to work out really well. Our battery life, it's showing in voltage, showing 4 volts. Speaker and headphones. You can have both active, which is nice. Forgot to mention that with the headphone jack. So you can do recording and listen to the speaker at the same time if you wanted. And of course, our panorama at 190 kilohertz width. that only goes down from here, so it doesn't show a whole lot. In medium wave it does, but when you're on the FM or VHF bands, it doesn't show a whole bunch. But it's a limitation of the device. So I get the center here. There you go. You can see our panorama and some activity there. It's 560 there, bouncing. That's a local. And our waterfall display. And of course our frequency and that little bar graph on below there. And our width right there. You can change that by tapping on the screen. You can access frequencies by tapping on the frequency there. Really nice. You can see we're on time color. It's stepped for our medium wave. So let's go ahead and start tuning this thing away. You can see we got menus, which we'll touch on. I guess I can do it right now. Boom. Tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. Visual. Noise reduction says its own thing. Mode. Tons of stuff. In bands, you have 50 presets, or I call them locations. A lot of times it's used to start the area of the band you want to start cruising through, or you can have a dedicated preset right to a frequency you want. You only get 50 of them, so use them sparingly. Unfortunately, this radio only has 50. If it had 500, sweet, but it has 50. Come on. All right, cool. Let's turn this up. See if we can pick up Cuba. I'm going to point this southeast. Cool. I can hear Cuba. That kind of weird, haunting music. Here's the filters. Normal. We'll leave it on narrow. Attenuation, volume, and squelch. But we're not using squelch. Very cool. It's about 1,700 miles. Yeah, 1,700 miles southeast. Cardinal directions, north, east, south, west.
New kinds of structures need to be built.
Okay, a couple frequencies. Right here, we're picking up actually a distant station, CBK, Watrous, Saskatchewan, barely 1,025 miles away. And now if I turn it to the north, we'll pick up Wisconsin, WAUK, Jackson.
Soon we will know whether the other side wants the same thing.
CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Toscano. Enjoy.
Definitely two different stations there. Awesome.
The president says his policies have made America's adversaries weaker. America's listening to Fox News.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
Your stores are employee-free.
560, I love this commercial. WIND Chicago.
Our 40 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
That's pretty good.
Plus, through Monday,
That's
purchase
pretty
a select
good.
beauty wrap, Steel Posturepedic, or
I laugh when I hear this.
in any size, and Hasselus will give you a free adjustable base, free next day delivery, and free financing is available too.
I like the way you do business.
Find an employee-free Chicago.
I like the way you do business. I'm sorry, I'm having fun. As you can see, we got a signal strength indicator, and you can change it by decibel or signal ratio. So yeah, I have a signal ratio right now, but yeah, it's pegged. I can go even higher, but we don't want to do that. If you're using an MLA 30 on this, it works really well. It just lights up everything, which is fantastic. Here with this passive loop, it's more selective. I have to tune it every time I move up the band, except unless it's a super strong station.
8 a.m. and again at 5 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Are you heading into the new year with that same old joint pain? Get moving again in 2025 with help from our very good friends at QC Kinetics. You know, everybody's doing it, including Joe Rogan, who recently mentioned his positive results from regenerative medicine on his...
Yeah, you would use that screen off capability if you have noise. I've noticed this radio does have noise from the LCD. Turning it off does help. And you just tap the power standby button. 570. I think we're picking up WTCM, Traverse City, Michigan, 215 miles, 1,000 watts. So just a hint of WKZO, probably, or KXSP. We got Omaha, Nebraska, or Kalamazoo, Michigan. Nebraska, 400 miles. Michigan, 137 miles. I just turned on the preamp for these weaker stations. Turn it back off. It does amplify the noise. Now we got country music. I don't know if country music's on WMT Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I've never heard that on WMT. Typically it's news. So yeah, there's that. 175 miles west if this is WMT. We have about 2 or 3 stations here, picking up KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri, I think right now, and then WTVN, Columbus, Ohio, is in a similar direction. So one's 400 miles, the other's 330, 5,000 watts.
Loan debt is a swamp. Thousands of people find it hard to escape from. So don't be another statistic in the student loan swamp. Wow, that's a real thing. Student loan swamp. Wow. For distressed private student loans, there's
Wow, that's a real thing. WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and 52 miles north.
To help you stick to your budget and get out of debt. Learn more about yrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com.
Yeah, I can just pick up a little hint of religious music on KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, and a little bit of CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, country music.
To fill a vacancy on the board and shift control back into her hands. Henyard contends that the absence of the trustees has kept the meetings from a quorum and handcuffed the township from renewing insurance policies and has lost the...
That's me tuning it, see it, back and forth. That's so cool.
Authorities say a 10-year-old girl is dead and a 12-year-old is hospitalized after they were overcome by...
This is 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles, 1,600 watts at night.
West Gunnison Street. The young victims were unresponsive.
I think this is in Nashville, so we can't pick it up. Looks pretty faint. Oh, conditions could improve too. This is WSM 650 Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south.
No delays. Once that's done, our field experts will sell you and offer you a piece of the profit, whether for renovation, modernization, or resale.
Oh, wow. So cool. I thought I was picking up 670, but we're actually picking up 660 right next to it. Look at the bars. That's so awesome. 660 is WFAN, New York, New York. 750 miles, home of the Yankees. And right next to it, home of the Cubs. As you can tell. Local, Chicago, next to it.
Reverse mortgages, homes with non-paying tenants, even land. Remember, sell once and get paid twice with Max Out Homes. Call 800-800-3606. That's 800-800-3606. Or visit maxouthomes.com. Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 1019 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Cool, we got callers.
As a leader of the offense, and when our quarterback, when they call the play, like you want to say, like everybody's going to believe that it's going to.
Home of the Cubs, WCR, Chicago. Don't have to tune it in; it's in.
Emphasis on how everything is going to operate, and.
I think we're picking up a little hint of CJOB, about 825 miles, Canada.
Yeah, I tried to square that incredible journey that I think that it began in
On the Infinite.
I feel like he's saying it's my time.
Sure it does. But I would also say, hey man, I love it. God bless you. Good luck.
690 CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles.
You could be a guy that gets drafted in
basically Kennedy, Obama, and Trump. That's in pretty decent numbers. But because of inflation, looking at inflation and looking at the numbers back then.
700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
You know what you're going to see in this Trump administration and what.
Projections of possible outcomes and methods. This partnership marks a pivotal win, not only for USDA hospitals and neighboring states.
Okay, I think this direction here, we're picking up WOR, New York, New York. Nice.
I was going to say where they squash them. There was another one, I forget. It's been on 20 minutes.
720 WGN, Chicago, local.
Say what?
Churches.
No.
None of the above.
None of the above.
Raleigh James Show. All right, let's go to 740. Oh, that tuned in nice. I didn't think it was going to. CFCM, 740 Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Look at that. It's just blowing up. Beautiful. Nice.
What's the time frame of this conspiracy?
Yeah, so this is right after he's elected. It's in December. So he gets elected in November. And the reason we tell
a little bit of bleed through from CFCM, but this is WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles southeast.
But it's only interesting if it informs us about something today.
Gotcha.
And to me, in 1960...
Let's do some executive order things that can help stem the flow a bit, which did either relocate the flow to different areas.
Here's 760 WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
Quantify for the media.
So I'm reading shady stuff into it, but I would
somebody give Barack Obama Best Actor Oscar right now.
Here's WABC, New York, New York, 750 miles northeast.
Read shade into your husband, that's the surgeon, that's under criminal investigation. You still haven't commented on that on The View. Now let's go back to the telephone call, 646-720-0635.
Thank you for listening to Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Indoor test drive and outdoor test drive.
Yep, 780 WBBM News Radio. So yeah, just so you know, this is run by a little CPU, 480 megahertz. It's pretty slow. It's not like it's running super fast. I think it's so it doesn't use the juice. A lot of it's already used to display. But very cool that we're able to do all of this with this. Now, you can raise up the waterfall or lower it. I have it low because it's just a nice little indicator. I like to go by this more than this. Because when you see voices, they peak. especially on single sideband, which I love on this radio. I am spoiled with single sideband on this radio. Listening to hams, you can just see them all going on. It's fantastic. Let's keep going. Something on 790. Overloading it on 780 there. Trying to get 790. Some music. I'm not sure if it's a Clare, Wisconsin. Could be WAYY on 790. 230 miles. 5,000 watts at night.
833-482-5337. 833-4 Valdez. That's Valdez with an S.
You always cover the best out there, and you cover it honestly, because you are the best out there.
America at night. It's Rich Valdez.
Wow, we have some of the best listeners, some of the best callers out there. Thank you. Very gracious.
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, barely coming in.
But how do you hang it on the wall? You go to the Great Frame. If you've been in the Sports Radio 810's office, then you've seen our great jersey collection and artwork. Well, guess what?
Okay, so yeah, you heard sports radio there. WHB, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts.
Anything ready-made in the art gallery. The Great Frame up in South Overland Park is celebrating 20 years. Ask for Mary Kay or one of their experts.
Helps traffic not come down like lie after lie after lie. Now, and here we are.
What's the word? I mean, deliberate evil, cruelty, whatever you want to call it. I mean,
Okay, so we got left wing station in one direction, which is 820 WCPT, local, Joliet, 60 miles. And this direction here is WBAP, right wing, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles.
If you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor.
Texas.
state officials saying the response was hampered by bad government.
The Ukraine has kind of stuck around there for probably a bit too long. I think working in their favor is the fact that the Russians just aren't really able to operate at scale, and so what that means is
830 WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
It closes pockets often, so the Ukrainians will...
Let's see, that's a weird noise.
Time to make the switch. Start saving. Here you go. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as a #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to...
So sometimes on talk radio, that noise reduction works really well to get rid of some annoying noise. And that definitely was annoying. Now the noise blanker is in here, but I haven't really found it effective on the noise I've been trying to eliminate. So, but it is there in case you need to.
Did you know that you can watch the only show in the country dedicated to helping savers worry less about money anytime you want? The show's called The Worry-Free Retirement. It's hosted...
WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles southeast. This video's gonna run a little longer.
And right there in the search bar, type in
850, KOA, Denver, Colorado.
And wide receiver in addition to running back. You can take building this thing out. I don't know. You look at the market, Cortland something's going to get somewhere between 24 and 28.
A lot of stations jammed in here, as you can see by the waterfall. 850, yeah, KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles west.
You look at the weak links of defense, they probably need
some kind of French rap. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario. Fun.
Yeah, good. And I think the NFL did a good job tonight. I mean, it wasn't just like, hey, they moved the game and then...
WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south. Yeah, so I'm tuning and spinning the loop at the same time. I'm messing with the volume and talking to you guys.
I'd just like to mention one thing.
7 rebounds, 7 assists. Toronto improves to 9 and 31. Don't look now. The Warriors, though, they dropped to 19 and 20. If we're being honest here, Warriors stinks. They were 12-3 to start the season. They are 6. I'll do the math for you. It doesn't look like you got your advocates with you. I'll do the math for you.
So 880 used to be clearer than this when it was WCBS. Now that it's WHSQ out of New York, it's not as protected, I think, because I hear other stations now on 880.
This year. We'll stick it with the
NGOC. N-G-O-C. I think I'm saying it. Nyuk. Hope I said that right. And this guy claims he has not slept in 65 years. I don't know if I believe that. But
yeah, no. WLS Chicago
just
local.
13 days. Mr. Nyuk's vibrant and active life.
Music on 900. A little quicker.
Incarnate. Despise not my petition, but in thy mercy
local.
Hear and answer me. Amen.
Programming spot.
Yeah, good music on 940 WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. In the evening, it's rockin'.
Sinful and sorrowful, O Mother of the Word incarnate, despise not my petition.
Local.
For the top spot with this great single called Practice. Love the way this one kicks in. This week it kicks it at number 2.
You can use the same.
990s, usually a Canadian station here. CBW Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles. It's in the right direction. So. I can't hover on it though. Alright.
Call courtesy of 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit as the Pistons top the Knicks 124-119. Cade Cunningham with 36 points. He was 14 of 27 from the floor. Malik Beasley 22.
WMVP Chicago ESPN Radio 1000.
31. Mikal Bridges 27.
Severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 450 miles.
Barbasol. You're up with Barbasol.
Providing access to quality and affordable health care. And people willing to take action by raising funds and raising their voice.
Should be 1030 WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts. Not coming in great today. Usually comes in pretty strong, 180 miles.
Washington, D.C., so that they didn't always feel like they had to obey every single rule every single time. September 1950.
WHO, 1040, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
3-year-old Maud Smith, she went on her parcel post journey, and again, she's
the brand names when they get started at .com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you.
WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
You can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily
or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience,
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their...
Free live. Call for your free consultation now. 800-210-5811. That's 800-210-5811.
This is KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas. 570 miles to the south.
I spent about a week with him, in Seton, Peru, after he was released from prison, and, he showed me exactly where he...
Here's WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
How everything happened, but he's recently remarried.
This is KFAB, Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles.
from high self-esteem in the sense that you think that you'll be able to get away with it, that you're going to fool,
hostages, but a second guard, Harold Stiles, was killed and 3 more wounded in the melee. The warden now shut off the power and water to the block, which was surrounded with floodlights and wailing sirens.
Here's KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles southwest.
And Thompson decided the jig was up and went back to their cells.
Flight.
Is it fraud to fake your death if you don't have any financial gain?
Here's 1140 WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
In and of itself is not illegal. So there's no...
The community of believing people. It can be large, it can be very small. It might be on a mission field, 3 or 4 missionaries. We don't even have a church yet.
We have local, 1160 WYLL, Chicago, Hope for Your Life, Christian radio.
God's redeemed people in which the enforcement of God's principles for holiness must...
40 years, 30 seconds. I'm the government and I'm here to help you. Want to help an old man? I'll help you.
Problem. Zelty may be able to help you get other GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% off the price of name brand medications. I'm ready to start losing weight. How do I get started with Zelty, Jessica?
Okay, so now I bumped up, almost hit the tuning now. 1180 is Wham, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Wagovi and Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your...
We're almost through. I'm going to have to cut this short because it's getting long. But there's so much to explore with this. This is awesome.
That story because
look at it. Love it.
From China. There may be a...
Ground Zero. It sounds like I'm 1190 here. Possibly KDMR, Kansas City, Missouri. 400 miles, 5,000 watts. Or this could be... No, yeah, I'm Kansas City. The other way is Indiana, but it's not working with the loop. Okay.
Safer and better.
Leaning against the tree, she tossed her hair back, letting the starlight envelop her face. Based on our conversation last night, and everything,
Couple stations here, WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
get to be.
Now we're going to go quickly up the band.
We're French kitchen. Dave, tell me, how could it go?
Well, I don't...
It gets coast to coast. They got some silly bumper music sometimes. I think it's the local DeKalb station, WLBK. So I'm going to go all the way up here. Let's go to 1530.
Coming up Tuesday, Chiefs and Lions are huge home favorites, but I'll tell you why one of these teams is primed for an upset. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio.
As you know, if you follow me, I'm no cupcake guy. I can't tell you how many times the last 14 months Donald Trump has expressed dismay.
Cupcake guy, that's pretty funny. KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
And I always have the same reply. I go, look, I have...
CHHA, Toronto. Can't hover on the music, but yeah, sounding good. CHHA, yeah, Toronto, 460 miles.
I think it's been the best decision because I gained a son. He's the best son ever. If I was down and out, he'd be...
WQLR, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 137 miles, 1,000 watts. And we're almost done, guys. You made it, 40 minutes in. I think this is Madison, the zone.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling if you haven't spoken to an attorney, call a legal
Hispanic speaker is KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles, 1,000 watts to the southwest. Now if I turn the loop to the west, we'll pick up Des Moines, Iowa, kind of mixing with it. And there's KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. Cool, we're done. Awesome, we made it. Let's turn this all the way down. So there it is, the Malahit DSP2 by Raddy. I'm glad Raddy's carrying these radios. Again, they can put a warranty with it. They can do coverage as far as customer service. You know, if you have a problem, an issue, they'll work with you to resolve it. That's awesome. And plus the price is pretty decent. These on Amazon are like $450 to $480 when I made this video, and Raddy was selling these for $429. That's not bad, really. To be honest with you, it's fantastic. Try to zoom it all the way up so you get a full profile of the radio. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, and then the ability to change the width of the panorama. I didn't really show that, but you can really zoom in on the signal if you want to. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. This evening medium wave band scan from Chicago was pretty cool. A lot to be discovered. The best antenna for this thing, you're probably asking, is a twin coil ferrite for medium wave. It's fantastic, but those are hard to find from C-Crane. They don't make them anymore, so that's why I showcased the Terk. Now I will showcase the twin coil, which gives us more selectivity and a lot more activity across the band too. So you'll see that when we run that video as well. But yeah, right now, Terk Advantage, you probably have one already, and if you buy this radio, you're ready to rock with just a couple little adapters that are like $7 or something for a pack of different ones, and you can adapt it to anything, which is nice. I like it. So yeah, glad you enjoyed the video. 2, if you like these type of radios and want to see more of this radio, subscribe at the bell icon, get notified of future videos. And 3, comment below what you think about the Malahit DSP2 with the Terk Advantage passive loop. Do you own this radio? Are you thinking about this radio? Is the price a little too much for you? I mean, I call this the luxury radio in my review video, which you can check out in the iCard section. It's a pretty basic review. I just go over the features that I find I love using on this radio, and pretty much cover a few things with shortwave as well. But otherwise, yeah, that's why I'm going to do these extra videos with medium wave, FM, airband, VHF, UHF, because it needs it, because it covers so much. I love it. But let me know what you guys think down below of this radio. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.